May I ask everyone to please rise for our opening prayer, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, telas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may di magdidinig. Luma ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Last year was indeed a trial and error stage for the whole INBCS community. We bravely took the challenge of online distance learning with much uncertainty. Cliché as it may sound, but we really went into the unknown. But we are standing here today, still hustling, but thriving, fighting, and of course, winning. With you, dear parents, we survived the first year of online schooling. We know how hard you work just to make sure that your children are still learning at the comforts of your home. We would also like to express our utmost gratitude to all of you, dear parents, because without you, we couldn't have done this feat. Today, allow me to be excited as we almost open the school year. So to Reverend Father Albert N. Delvo, Episcopal Vicar for Catholic Education, Diocese of Novaliches, Superintendent Director of RCBNES, Mrs. Munda L. Pineda, our Curriculum and Instruction Consultant, our Finance Officer, Mrs. Regina Cecilia G. Molina, our School Registrar, Mrs. Sheila C. Agulto, Vice Directors of RCBNES, our dear parents, our unrelenting and dynamic faculty members and staff, good afternoon and welcome to the Parents Orientation for school year 2021-2022. To formally open today's Parents Orientation, let us all welcome our Curriculum and Instruction Consultant, Mrs. Munda L. Pineda. Ma'am T will also be discussing to us the academic policies of INBCS. Let us all give her a virtual round of applause.
Welcome, dear parents and students, to another exciting school year at Ina ng Buhay Catholic School. I hope that you all had a wonderful and restful school break, which should have invigorated you to face the challenges of a new academic year. Are you excited to open new doors of learning? I hope so, for your teachers and I have prepared a whole new range of lessons for you to help you move forward in your academic journey. There has been no significant change in our lives in the past months. Our mobility is still limited due to the continued threat on our life and death. In the midst of this pandemic, let me share this message of hope from a religious leader. He told parents not to feel sorry or fear for their children because of the world they are growing up in. God created them and called them to live in this exact moment in time. Their life is not a coincidence or an accident. Don't teach them to be fearful and disheartened by the state of the world condition, but hopeful that they can do something positively to impact it. God is in control of our lives. Empower them to know that they can change the world. Every person in all of history has been placed in the time in which they were born through God's sovereign plan. Your child can handle whatever challenge they face in their life because He created them specifically for this time. So, dear parents and students, let us move hand in hand to fulfill God's sovereign plans through us. With positivity and optimism, we challenge you, dear students, to face this academic year with fervor and work on how you can positively impact and change our world for the better by becoming the best students you can be. Good afternoon, stay safe and well. God bless us all. Let me talk about the academic programs and policies of our school. The curriculum in INBCS is the K-12 curriculum. The Enhanced Basic Education program encompasses at least 1 year of kindergarten education, 6 years of elementary education, and 6 years of secondary education in that sequence. Secondary education includes 4 years of junior high school and 2 years of senior high school education. Kindergarten education shall mean 1 year of preparatory education for children at least 5 years old as a prerequisite for grade 1. Elementary education refers to the second stage of compulsory basic education, which is composed of 6 years. The entrant age to this level is typically 6 years old. Secondary education refers to the third stage of compulsory basic education. It consists of 4 years of junior high school education and 2 years of senior high school education. The entrant age to this junior and senior high school levels are typically 12 and 16 years old respectively. For our school term, INBCS complies with the mandated requirement of DepEd as regards the number of school days. School year 2021-2022 will be 205 school days. For our academic load, INBCS accepts regular learners only. All learners shall take all the requirements that are specially apportioned in accordance with the DepEd specification over the 7-year curriculum. In elementary, 4 curriculum years in the junior high school and 2 curriculum years in senior high school. For our grading system, The grading system is designed to assess the performance and progress of learners as regards the curriculum standards and assess in identifying possible scholastic problems. The grade that a learner receives is taken approximately as an index of his/her scholastic achievement during a certain period and solely based on learner's academic or scholastic performance. For kinder up to grade 10, there are 4 grading periods across levels, while for senior high school, there are 2 grading periods in each semester. For our grading system, we use the averaging system. The school adopts the K-12 basic education program standards and competency-based grading system. The averaging system, in reference to the DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015 of rating and reporting learners' performance in the elementary, junior high school, and senior high school levels is used. The passing grade is 75% and the highest grade is 100%. A learner who receives a final rating of less than 75% will be considered failed. For early childhood education, checklists and anecdotal records are used instead of numerical grades. So these are based on learning standards found in the Kindergarten Curriculum Guide. Teachers will keep a portfolio, which is a record or compilation of learners' output, such as writing samples, accomplished activity sheets, and artworks. The portfolio can provide concrete evidence of how much or how well the learner is able to accomplish the skills and competencies. Through checklists, the teacher will be able to indicate whether or not the child is able to demonstrate knowledge and or perform the tasks expected of nursery and kindergarten learners. Through anecdotal records or narrative reports, teachers will be able to describe learners' behavior, attitude, and effort in schoolwork. So from grades 1 to 10 grading system, we follow the DepEd Order Number 8 Series of 2015. Weight of the components for grades 1 to 10, we have written work, performance task, the quarterly assessment, which is the oral exam. So the subjects are listed here together with their percentage. At the end of 4 quarters, the final rating for each learning area shall be reported as the average of the 4 quarterly ratings, expressed in numeric. The general average shall be the average of the final rating grades in the different learning areas. And the school shall comply with the guidelines set by the DepEd regarding awarding of honors, promotion, and retention of learners in both elementary and junior high school levels. The grading system for senior high school follows different set of weights for each component. The 2 quarters determine the final grade in a semester. So here, what is also graded are the written work, performance tasks, and the quarterly assessment. So percentages are also apportioned to each. The conduct grade, the grades in conduct or deportment are graded by each subject teacher and advisor using the following character and scale. Our values, which are goodness, humility, exuberance, amiability, respectfulness, and trustworthiness. For honors and awards, grade level awards are given to qualified learners for every grade level at the end of each grading period. Candidates for the awards are deliberated by the awards committee if they have met the given criteria. At the end of the school year, we also give academic excellence to learners from grades 1 to 12 who have attained a general average of at least 90 and have not gotten a grade lower than 85% in any subject area or in conduct in any grading period. So, if you will look at the table, it shows the specific Academic excellence awards given to learners who meet the following cutoff grades. With highest honors if they got an average of 98 to 100, with high honors 95 to 97, and with honors 90 to 94. At the end of the school year, we also give awards for outstanding performance in specific discipline. These awards are given to recognize learners in grades 6, 10, and 12 who have exhibited exemplary skills and achievement in specific disciplines and who have not gotten a grade lower than 85 in the subject area or specific discipline in any grading period. So these awards also value the learner's achievement in specific discipline that has contributed to the school and or community. For our promotion and retention, promotion as a general rule states that no learner shall be promoted or graduated unless she has residence of at least one curriculum year and has adequately complied with all academic requirements. A final grade of 75 or higher in all learning areas makes the learner eligible for promotion to the next grade level. For grades 1 to 10, a learner who did not meet expectations in 2 learning areas must take remedial classes. So remedial classes are conducted after the final grades have been computed. The learner must pass the remedial classes to be promoted to the next grade level. However, teachers should ensure that learners receive remediation when they earn raw scores which are consistently below expectations in written works and performance tasks by the 5th week of any quarter. For grades 11 and 12, learners who fail a unit or set of competencies must be immediately given remedial classes. They should pass the summative assessments during remediation to avoid a failing grade in a learning area. This will prevent learners from having back subjects in senior high school. However, if the learner still fails the remedial classes, she must retake the subjects during summer or as a back subject. Guidance, teachers, career advocates must provide support to the senior high school learners for her choices in the senior high school tracks. For academic probation, it is a formal academic status of a learner with the condition that satisfactory improvement in academic performance be made in all subjects prior to readmission in the next school year. For those who are going to undergo probation for grade school, a grade school learner is placed on academic probation when she fails in one subject, receives a final grade of 75 in 3 or more subjects, fails to attend the required intervention classes. So academic probation is lifted for the following school year if the learner obtains a minimum final grade of 80% in the subjects she has difficulty with. If, however, she fails to make a minimum final grade of 80 in the subjects she has difficulty with, then she may not be readmitted for the next school year. For junior and senior high school, an incoming grade 7 and 11 learner who has not fully satisfied the requirements for admission or who has not fully complied with the required intervention program is placed on academic probation. Academic probation status may be lifted if the learner has obtained a minimum grade of 80 in all subjects for 2 consecutive grading periods. If, however, at the end of the school year, she fails to make a minimum final grade of 80 in these subjects, she may not be readmitted for the next school year. So that is all for our academic policies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma'am P. That was indeed very comprehensive. Now let us proceed to our next speaker. Help me welcome our school registrar and secretary to the principal, Mrs. Sheila C. Agulto.
Good afternoon, dear parents and learners. Today, I am tasked to discuss regarding the issuance of card and FAPE and senior high school voucher program. To start, the releasing of cards in the new normal. First quarter to third quarter grades are sent through email by the class advisor. Please settle your payment on the accounting office before each card releasing date. We will release email cards only if it is cleared with the accounting office. All inquiries regarding the learner's grades and awards can be addressed to the office of the principal or the registrar's office. Releasing of cards in the new normal, end of school year. Parents and guardians are advised to be the one to get the report card of the learner. Minimum health standards are followed. To maintain physical distancing, we will be limiting the number of persons coming inside the campus. Thus, we will be giving scheduled dates and time for each level. Please strictly follow the schedule given. If and when the parent or guardian will not be able to get the copy of the report card on the given schedule, you can email us at agulto_sheila@inanangbuhaykatholicSchool.edu.ph using the following subject line and a letter on why you are not able to get the copy on the given date. Learner's complete name, grade, level, and section. Fund for Assistance to Private Education, or the ESC. The Education Service Contracting is a government subsidy program for students who wish to pursue their junior high school education in participating private schools. Students that are in their grade 6 level are qualified in this grant. This orientation is mainly for the enlightenment of the parents and the students on what the ESC grant is all about. Limited slots are designated in each private school, and application for this grant is at the registrar's office. Each school has a school committee, the school head or the principal, Parents Association president or representative, Faculty Association president or representative, and their main responsibilities are: prepares the profile of ESC applicants and accepted grantees, establishes the selection process in participating junior high school, signs the ESC billing statement. The requirements are: orientation attendance sheet. ESC participating junior high school are required to create an ESC grantee folder for each ESC grantee. The ESC grantee folder shall contain the following documents: ESC application form, photocopy of or PSA certified birth certificate, photocopy of grade 6 report card, recent 2x2 photo of ESC applicant, and proof of income of parents. Selection of ESC grantees. Elementary graduate from a public or DepEd recognized elementary school. Incoming grade 7 student, ALS, A&E, PEPT, grade 7 qualifiers are included. Has not been a recipient of the ESC in the previous school years and a Filipino citizen. School age is between 12 to 18 years old at the time of grade 7 enrollment. Students who are unable to attend the regular class program. Terms of the ESC grant. 4 years of junior high school starting in grade 7. The grant remains in force for the next school year if the grantee is promoted to the next grade level. Enrolled in an ESC participating junior high school. The grant is terminated if a grantee does any of the following: drops out for non-health reasons in the middle of the school year, does not redeem or re-enroll the following school year, fails to be promoted to the next grade level, is dismissed or expelled by the school for disciplinary reasons, transfer to a non-ESC participating junior high school, transfer to another ESC participating junior high schools are allowed in cases when the applicable subsidy amount of the releasing school is different from that of the accepting school. The accepting school will be paid the lower of the two applicable subsidy amounts. Grantees that drop out due to death of a parent or guardian, force majeure, prolonged illness or accident may be reinstated into the ESC program provided they submit documents to support their claim. Amounts of the ESC grants. For Inanambuhay Catholic School and those schools belonging in NCR, from grade 7 to grade 10, learners will receive 13,000 pesos each year. Detailed guidelines for the senior high school voucher program. These are for the learners from grade 11 to grade 12. Policy principles for DO11 Series 2015. The senior high school voucher program intends to uphold the right to quality basic education and increases access in senior high school, increase the diversity of senior high school providers beyond the current configuration, provide greater choice to students and their families in deciding the senior high school program that caters to their needs and goals. Definition of terms: non-DepEd senior high school, voucher, grade 10 completers, voucher applicants, qualified voucher recipients, voucher program beneficiaries. Eligibility and application procedures. Automatically qualified students for Category A, all grade 10 completers in public junior high school. Category B, all grade 10 completers from state universities and colleges and local universities and colleges. Category C, all grade 10 completers in private schools who are ESC grantees. Eligibility and application procedures. Only learners in the categories below need to apply for vouchers, shall be referred as a voucher applicants. Category D, all grade 10 completers in private schools in school year 2020-2021 who are not ESC grantees. Category E, learners who passed the Alternative Learning System accreditation and equivalency test for grade 10 by the start of the school year. Category F, learners who passed the Philippine Educational Placement Tests for grade 11 by the start of the school year. Eligibility and application procedures. The following learners are not eligible for senior high school voucher program. Grade 10 completers who completed grade 10 before school year 2018-2019. Learners who graduated high school in March 2015 or earlier. Incoming grade 12 learners who were not part of the senior high school voucher program in grade 11. Non-Filipino learners. For more details and questions and inquiries regarding the senior high school voucher program, you may reach me through agulto_sheila@inanambuhay.catholicschool.edu.ph. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Sheila. Now at this point, let us all pin our ears to the new normal discipline policies of our school. This will be shared to us by the team leader of the middle school department, Mr. Lyndon G. Kaibigan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mr. Lyndon G. Kaibigan, the team leader for grades 4, 5, and 6. I am going to present to you the different new normal discipline policies of Ina ng Buhay Catholic School for the school year 2021-2022. Let's go first with the proper decorum. When we say decorum, it refers to propriety and good taste in appearance and behavior. Thus, the learners should wear their PE t-shirt when attending online classes. All learners are expected to be well-groomed and modestly attired. The boys must maintain short hair, barber's cut. The girls must set their hair properly. Both must avoid punky and heavily colored or multicolored hairstyles. The boys must not wear any earring while the girls are allowed only one earring on each ear. Wearing cap, hat, or headdress, headband for boys, and elaborate headband for girls is not allowed. The learners must not wear body tattoo, permanent or not, including face paint. The boys must shave their mustache and beard. During online classes, learners must avoid disruptive behaviors such as, but not limited to, unnecessary talking, shouting, and playing. They must be attentive in class, actively engaged and focused, not half-hearted and sleepy. Any assigned schoolwork shall be promptly done and performed or submitted on time or within a reasonable period of time. Punctuality and attendance in synchronous classes are important for productive learning and, therefore, they shall be monitored. Tardiness in and absences from classes will affect the performance grade of the learner in a concerned subject. Proper etiquette during online classes must be observed. Learners must log in or join any school online activity using their full name, not any pseudonym. Everyone will join or enter online classes with device microphone muted. He or she can only unmute when the learner is about to speak upon being acknowledged and permitted by the teacher. They must, however, always keep their camera on to manifest their attendance and participation. In a nutshell, during online distance teaching learning sessions, all teachers and learners are required to turn on the camera of the device or gadget they are using for purposes of more active engagement and better participation. Letter B, online deportment. Learners must exude pleasant behavior when they appear online and maintain utmost honesty in the task assigned to or expected of them. They must refrain from saying or posting bad words, making bad sign, teasing or giving embarrassing name to a schoolmate or school personnel, other forms of disrespect, and cyberbullying, being disrespectful, disobedient, and showing malicious actuation to any member of the administration, faculty, parents, or guardians. Cheating in summative tests, like copying others' answer or allowing another to copy his or her answer, browsing the internet or asking other people for answers, and committing plagiarism in projects, reports, term or reflection paper, and thesis or submitting something that is authored or created by others. Letter C, responsible use of social media. Online distance learning requires the use of different social media platforms and vehicles, as well as surfing various social networking sites. The learners are, therefore, expected to use social media prudently and responsibly. They must avoid the following: viewing, uploading, downloading, sharing, or distributing malicious, indecent, and scandalous sexual materials. Malicious, unauthorized, and improper accessing gathering, processing, and disclosure or disposal of personal sensitive information about a schoolmate or school personnel. Malicious, improper, or unlawful use of recorded online classes and activities, or any unauthorized capturing, recording, disseminating, and sharing of any messages, photos, videos, and the like. Involvement in posting derogatory, offensive, absurd or imprudent malicious messages or remarks, and obscene images on social media, such as but not limited to Facebook, Messenger, either private or group chat, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Hacking or using a personal or group account without the consent of the owner of the homepage, account manager like Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, Instagram, email, and etc. And gambling or betting in any game, including e-gambling. Letter D, offline behavior. Even offline, for as long as the learners are considered officially enrolled in the school, they are expected to behave decently in accordance with law and good morals. They should not be involved in any of the following acts: possession and or selling pornographic materials and making pornographic sketches or drawings. Possession and or smoking of cigarette, electronic cigarette, or vape at home and inside or outside the campus. Serious forms of bullying. Immoral acts such as exhibitionism, perversion, and indecent sexual behavior or action. Drunkenness. Instigating activities resulting in the disruption, suspension, boycott, or stoppage of classes. Involvement in the production, possession, selling, distribution, or use of illegal drugs within or outside the walls of the school and in their own homes. Falsifying, forging, or tampering with school records, forms, and documents such as report cards, communications to parents, transfer credentials, etc. Any major crime punishable by law, and any act which will tarnish and or damage the good name and reputation of the school or any of its personnel. Letter E. Reproduction, transmission, and sharing of RCB&ES or schools modules or any part thereof by the learner of his or her parent, guardian to any individual, institution, or organization without proper acknowledgement and explicit permission from RCB&ES or school is strictly prohibited in keeping with the laws of data privacy and intellectual property rights. Let us now move on with the due process and disciplinary actions whenever these violations have committed by the learners. Let us go first with the proper decorum. Okay. Once violated, here are the infractions to be administered by the school. For the first infraction, the subject teacher shall make a written report to the class advisor, who in turn shall inform the parent or guardian through email about the misconduct of the learner. For the second and succeeding infractions, not necessarily the same as the first misconduct, the learning area teacher shall report the same to the class advisor, who, together with the level leader or team leader, shall have an on-site or online conference to inform the parent or guardian that the infraction will affect the 4 overall conduct grade of the learner. And in the case of tardiness and absence, it will have an effect on the performance grade of the learner in the concerned subject. For the third infraction, the learner will be given an overall conduct grade of 80% for the quarter when the infraction is committed. For the fourth infraction, 75% conduct grade. And for the fifth infraction, 70% conduct grade. Any further infraction shall then be a ground for strict conduct probation or non-admission in the next school year. On the fourth and succeeding infractions, the learner shall be recommended for counseling with a guidance counselor or CCF coordinator. For letters B and C, online deportment and proper use of social media. For the first infraction, the teacher, school employee assigned shall make a written report to the class advisor who, together with the team leader, shall comprise, upon being duly constituted by the principal or the superintendent director, the discipline committee. They shall have an online conference with the parents or guardians to inform them of the incident and the formal inquiry to be conducted thereon. For such infraction, the learner will be given a conduct grade of 75% for the quarter when the infraction was committed, and it may be granted for strict conduct probation or non-admission in the next school year. In the case of learners already under conduct probation in the current school year, it may eventually be a ground for exclusion from the roll of learners. On the first infraction, the learner shall be recommended for counseling with a guidance counselor and CCF coordinator. For the second infraction, not necessarily of the same nature as the first, the teacher or school employee concerned shall make a written report to the class advisor, who, together with the team leader, shall have an online conference with the parents or guardians to inform them about the incident, and formal inquiry shall be conducted thereon. Such infraction may be a ground for a non-admission in the next school year, and the learner will be given a conduct grade of 70% for the quarter when the infraction was committed. The Commission on the Prohibited Acts under Discipline Policies, letters B and C, may, after establishing just cause and observing due process, lead to a certain grade that will consequently disqualify a learner from being an awardee or an honor student. For letters D and E, offline behavior and reproduction of RCB&ES or schools materials, the teacher or employee concerned shall make a written report to the class advisor, who, together with the level team leader, shall have an online conference with the parents or guardians to inform them about the incident, and a formal inquiry shall be conducted thereon. Such infraction shall be a ground for immediate exclusion from the roll of learners, and the learner will be given a conduct grade of 70%. Let's now proceed with the homeroom guidelines and policies. For this school year 2021-2022, homeroom will now be graded. The components for homeroom will be 40% attendance, 40% participation, and 20% grooming. Therefore, the learners are expected and must do the following. The learners must be in class on or before 7:30 a.m. and leave the homeroom class at 8 a.m. The learners must have no record of absences and tardiness. The learners must wear the prescribed uniform or their PE uniform when attending the classes. Yellow for ECE, red for grades 1 to 6, blue for grades 7 to 10, and green for grades 11 and 12. The learners must exude proper grooming all the time. The learners are encouraged to participate in homeroom discussions and activities and must submit expected outputs on time. With this, we are all expecting that all our learners will comply with the policies and guidelines for the school year 2021-2022. Good day, everyone. Thank you and God bless.
I am with high hopes that you, dear parents, have took on board all the discipline policies that Sir Lyndon has laid out. Next, to give us a rundown of the different student services that INBCS offers, let us all welcome our school librarian, Ms. Princess Regine Andres.
Good day everyone. I am Ma'am Princess Regine, the school librarian of Inanang Buhay Catholic School. I'm here to inform you that INBCS offers library and healthcare services even on the online learning setup. Allow me to present to you first the library services. Library programs and services are the online services provided by the library to students, include instruction on how to access and use library materials, reference service to provide quick and in-depth answers to student questions. We have reference service. The concept of reference service refers to the provision of information to the students who are requesting assistance from the librarian, or in short, it is a personal assistance to the library users seeking for information. But since our learners are still not able to come and visit the library physically, we have digital reference service delivered electronically, often real-time. This is also known as an Ask a Librarian service, which provides free references, services, and the basic answers to brief and factual questions. The Ask a Librarian service is available through online chat reference or the Microsoft Chat, and web forms, the Microsoft Forms. These are the frequently asked reference questions, like do you have some general information about, where can I find some background or history on, where can I find information on how. We also have library programs and activities. The library offers the following activities during library for grade school learners. These activities are library instruction, library orientation, library lessons, storytelling, read aloud, book talk, book discussion, library quiz, and other fun learning activities. This library program aims to help our learners develop their interest in reading and appreciation of books. Now, let's move on to our healthcare services. Our school nurse is Ms. Chini Angeles. Healthcare activities. Telemedicine, also referred to as telehealth or e-health, allows healthcare professionals to evaluate, diagnose, and treat patients in remote locations using telecommunications technology. Telemedicine allows patients in remote locations to access medical expertise quickly, efficiently, and without travel. In telemedicine, students can consult and send their inquiries regarding any health concerns. These are the guidelines for telemedicine. Send a message via MS Teams during class hours from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Only non-emergency cases will be assisted on online consultations. If the student is advised to take over-the-counter medications, it should be under the supervision of his or her parent or guardian. We also have monthly health team or health webinars. For the month of August, we have Sight Saving Month and Eye Injury Treatment. September, Food Safety and Poisonous. October, Malnutrition and Health Plate. November, Healthy Skin and Burn. December, National Health Emergency Preparedness and Hand Washing and Disaster. January, we have Zero Waste Month and Proper Waste Disposal Management. February, we have Oral Health Month and Management Mouth Sore. March, we have Rabies Awareness Month and Animal Bites. April, we have Immunization and Management of Post-Vaccination Symptoms. And last but not the least, May, we have Clean Air and Inhalation of Hazardous Chemicals. That's it for our library and healthcare services. Again, I am Ma'am Princess Regine. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ma'am Reg. And now we are down to our last speaker this afternoon. He will be discussing to us the homeschool collaboration program that we will be implementing this school year. Let us all welcome the Senior High School and Online Learning Coordinator of INBCS, Mr. Ruel Andrew R. Resho. I am Sir Drew Resio, Senior High School and Online Learning Coordinator. I am tasked to discuss the importance of homeschool collaboration in online learning. Students learn best when the significant adults in their lives, particularly parents, teachers, and other family members, work together to encourage and support them. This basic fact should be a guiding principle as we think about how learners should be taught. Schools alone cannot address all of a learner's developmental needs. The meaningful involvement and support from parents are essential. The need for a strong partnership between schools and families plays a crucial role in educating the learners. However, as society has become more complex and demanding, these relationships have all too often fallen by the wayside. Most of the time, due to the conflicts in work schedules, parents don't have enough time to engage themselves in the schooling of their children. In some cases, parents only get in touch with the school when the teacher called for them or when their children is in trouble. The result, most often, is misunderstanding, mistrust, and lack of respect. So that when a learner falls behind, parents put the blame on the teachers. At the same time, our society has created artificial distinctions about the roles that parents and teachers should play in a learner's development. We tend to think that school should stick to teaching academics and that home is the place where the learner's moral and emotional development should take place. Yet, learners don't stop learning about values and relationships when they enter a classroom, nor do they cease learning academics and attitudes about learning when they are at home. They constantly observe how the significant adults in their lives treat one another, how decisions are made and executed, and how problems are solved. All the experiences learners have, both in and out of school, help shape their sense that someone cares about them. Their feelings of self-worth and competency, their understanding of the world around them, and their beliefs about where they fit into the scheme of things. These days, as we shift towards the new normal way of educating the learners, strong relationships between families and the school is more important than ever. That's why schools have to reach out to families, making them feel welcome as full partners in the educational process. And families, in turn, have to make a commitment of time and energy to support their children while learning at home. Here are some ways on how you, our dear parents, can make yourselves involved in the learning of your children. First, make sure to attend orientations, webinars, and virtual conferences with the teachers. We use flexible platforms such as FB Live and YouTube for our orientations and webinars, so you can view them during the time of your convenience. Meanwhile, we encourage the conduct of virtual conferences in the evening or during the weekends to avoid work schedule conflicts. Communicate with the teachers regularly. Make it a habit to check on your children's performance and progress by taking your time to talk to the teachers. Make yourselves available during parent-teacher conferences so that you will be updated about your children's academic standing. Next, teach your children to do simple household chores like cleaning the house, gardening, cooking, doing the dishes, etc. These are life skills students learn best at home with the guidance from their parents. These activities also develop responsibility among learners and help them be more productive individuals. Spend time chatting with your children. This helps them improve their communication and socialization skills especially in this generation where learners are too immersed with the virtual world. Lastly, make sure to be updated with the school's activities and other opportunities that require parents' participation and involvement. However, please be reminded that a parent who is overly supportive can strip a learner of their opportunity to learn and succeed on their own. This can result to learners becoming too reliant on their parents, especially in online learning, where the teacher is not physically present. Thus, parents are encouraged to support the learners by giving them the right amount of supervision. Finally, let us work hand in hand in educating our learners to help them succeed in their future endeavors. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Sir Drew. Now, after hearing all this, I know for sure that all of you are very much excited to be back on school this August 2. Should there be any question or anything that you would like to clarify or to ask us, just let us know or just feel free to send us a message on our official Facebook page, and that is Inanang Buhay Catholic School, the Marian Herald. And you can also follow us on our official Instagram, that's Inanang Buhay Catholic School, the Marian Herald, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for you to get the latest updates. That's the Marian Network. And now we have reached the end part of our program. Let us all look forward to an enjoyable and a more meaningful school year. Remember to stay at home and take care of yourself so that all INBCSians and their family members will be safe from this unseen and vicious enemy. Ingat po tayong lahat. Now, to close this program, let us all take pride in singing the INBCS hymn, to be followed by the singing of the newly composed RCBNES hymn, which was sung by our very own finance officer, Miss Cecil, together with Sir Josh, Sir Drew, and Ma'am Ira. This has been Sir Raby, and I will be seeing you again on August 2. Bye, everyone!
Blessed school, we sing your praise to you who gives us praise. With the humble beginnings, we serve as the light to the future that's glorious and bright. With the Almighty God as our Father, and our Blessed Virgin, our Mother. With you as my sister, and with you as my brother, as a family we're together. Let us raise our hearts to the Lord. We are bound to fulfill His every word. In our top fight in this world, our faith will be our sword. With goals so high and with wings to fly, we will surely achieve everything we try. Aim high, inanang buhay. Make your star shine so bright in the sky. Aim high, inanang buhay. Make your star shine so bright in the sky.
We proclaim with grateful voices the fealty to our system. We stand together today to fulfill our sacred duties: education, service, conversation. We vow our utmost adherence to the tenets of the institution. RCBNES, the pillar of wisdom. Let your nine beacons shine for the guiding light for the future of the world. May God bestow His grace upon us and set our hearts aflame with compassion. We'll forever raise your flag, RCBNES. We will strive to do our best for this beloved institution. We will serve the children of God with humility in our hearts. RCBNES, the pillar of wisdom. Let your nine beacons shine for the guiding light for the future of the world. May God bestow His grace upon us and set our hearts aflame with compassion. We'll forever raise your flag, RCBNES. With Christ in our journey, we will never fail. Ever forward we march on with your symbol flying high. RCBNES, the pillar of wisdom. Let your nine beacons shine for the guiding light for the future of the world. May God bestow His grace upon us and set our hearts aflame with compassion. We'll forever raise your flag, RCBNES.